LeBron, you got to wake up this morning feeling awfully good about yourself. On Thursday, you killed it with that TikTok video. On Friday, you beat Giannis and the Bucks. On Saturday, you beat Kawhi and the Clippers.
TikTok video.
Here's what his tall teammate Anthony Davis had to say about the King.
MVP. Good. MVP. Watch the last two games. I mean, what he's been able to do, taking on matchups defensively, you know, leading the pack offensively, making the right plays. You don't see that from a guy who's 17 years in the league, and his team is number one in the West. So
he's on his last one.
He's continuing to show the world why he's the best. And I think if people don't understand that in the last two games, I think they understand now.
All right, guys, so on Friday, we all sat here and we said, is there a scenario whereby LeBron could actually pass Giannis for the MVP this weekend? They were going to go up and play against each other. Giannis seems to be running away with it. And you said if LeBron plays lights out and Giannis takes a huge step back, you can kind of see a path.
Yep.
Did that path get a little wider after what happened this weekend?
Yeah, listen, LeBron closed the gap immensely. I don't think he's ahead of him yet. I don't think LeBron is yet the MVP favorite, but what had to happen this weekend and what has had to happen post All-Star break has happened. Like at the All-Star break, Giannis was running away with it in my mind. The Bucks were on pace for 70 wins. Giannis on pace to set the all-time PER record. He's scoring as many points as he is averaging minutes per game. It's unbelievable stuff. Since then, the Lakers have lost once. LeBron hit a game winner against Boston. He outplayed Giannis, and when he guarded Giannis, Giannis was 2 for 8 from the field, and that was a game where Giannis's overall stat line is misleading because he scored 10 points instantly and then was 7 of 17 the rest of the way and really struggled. And then LeBron himself went 37, 8, and 8. And then LeBron followed it up with Kawhi, who reportedly, according to my pal Stephen A. Smith, months ago was saying to people around the league, why won't LeBron guard me? Tell him, why is he afraid to guard me? Well, LeBron guarded him. LeBron held Kawhi to an inefficient 27 points. I say inefficient even though it was 50% from the field because he created 0 other points with 0 assists. And LeBron did it on both ends of the court in both games. So if he was going to make this a race, the things that have to happen, the Lakers have to keep winning. The Bucks have to lose. They've lost now 3 of 4. Giannis has to take a step back. Unfortunately, injury is a part of that. Giannis now going to miss a little bit of time. And LeBron has to continue to put up crazy numbers. Post All-Star break, Kevin, 30, 8, and 10, 57% from the field.
30, 8, and 10.
Yep, that's his averages. And maybe most importantly, 78% from the free throw line. And all of a sudden, getting to the free throw line a ton.
78%.
Where it's 15 and 14 free throw attempts in the 2 games this weekend where he wasn't afraid to go to the basket. So I don't think he's ahead yet, but I think it's the closest it's been all year.
So I've got a story. That's why I wrote down the numbers. Stack and I were doing the jump 3 years ago, and one of our main storyline was Russ was going to be the first person to average a triple-double since Oscar Robertson. And I was on the phone with the league trying to get an interview, like a sit-down between Russ and Oscar Robertson, and we could never get it done. And I thought it would be amazing. It would be this historic thing. Russ wins MVP, first person to ever average a triple-double. Then the next year, Russ averages a triple-double, and Harden wins it. Then last year, Russ averages a triple-double, and Giannis wins it. But the narrative that year was Russ's. This was Russ's year. The number didn't really matter. So for all of these numbers, Giannis has them. But I think the narrative is LeBron's. I think LeBron has captured the narrative and captured, like, mind share of MVP, and that's why I think he should win MVP.
Well, I mean, and then, too, to touch on your point, it's kind of like how much better can Greek Freak get? Like, okay, you know he can work on his shooting, but I don't really see him that get too much better. And he's more like of a Shaq.
Well, that's got to get better.
I don't know if it can.
Okay.
So who would you vote for?
I'm voting for LeBron always.
Okay, you would.
I'm voting for LeBron too, but I'm saying that to say, Greek Freak wins. If he wins the MVP, it's more like a Shaq MVP, more of a you just been dominant. I think with LeBron, it's because he's the best back. He does everything great. That's why, and he went to the Lakers, and he has the Lakers from not making the playoffs to the #1 seed in the NBA. So that's why he's MVP, and they win MVP different ways. And I think Russ should have won it 2 years in a row.
I do too.
Because it's people, especially outside in the game, we know how hard it is to average a triple-double in the NBA.
He lost the narrative.
3 years in a row.
It just became Harden's narrative. Well, Harden just won it.
It's not people that's voting. The people that's voting are not looking at the game. They're looking at what the fans are saying. If they were looking at just play, Russ, AD, and LeBron would be contending for MVP every year, hands down.
So let me do this, because I do think Giannis is ahead. But if I were going to make the case for LeBron, there are a few things that to me are very easy to make the case for. One is, does anyone actually believe if these two guys switch teams that the Lakers are more likely to win the title than they are now? No. And if LeBron was on the Bucks, while he doesn't have the superstar next to him in AD, he's got 9 guys deep on a team that won 60 games last year. Is anyone doubting at all that team's at least coming out of the East, if not the overwhelming
Nobody's
favorite?
doubting.
No-brainer.
No-brainer. That's the first point. Second point is, for a long time in LeBron's career, what was held against him was they said he was in the JV conference. They said, yeah, but he's doing it in the East.
He was.
Okay, but now he's doing it in the West.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the Lakers are 2 games back of the Bucks. 2 back. They split them head-to-head. The Lakers, part of the reason I said Giannis was so far ahead was 70 wins. He's only had 2 70-win teams ever. Both times, Jordan, Steph won MVP running away with it. Steph was unanimous. Jordan was near unanimous. And because they were the 70 wins meant they were going to finish with the best record in the league by 4 or 5 games. If the Lakers pass them for record in the tougher conference, with so much turnover, when the Bucks are the same team as last year with loss of Brogdon and a few minor additions, then all of a sudden you do say, well, wait a minute. Yeah, we know Giannis is averaging more points and rebounds. LeBron is creating more points per game because of the assists. LeBron's changing positions. LeBron's dealing with, I don't know if you factor this into it, but dealing with just the unspeakable, unprecedented burden of the Kobe tragedy for that team. The whole league's dealing with it. He's dealing with it in a specific way for that team and that city. All of that, I think, could shift the narrative, to your point. I don't think it's there yet.
Do you think LeBron being 35 is part of it?
Yes. I don't know if it should be, but yes.
Do you think having AD there hurts him?
Not at all.
It doesn't?
Because he wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be talking about him if AD wasn't there.
Well, he's saying
he wouldn't be in MVP talks.
Oh.
They wasn't in playoffs last year. And it would be another season like that if AD wasn't there.
I think they'd be in the playoffs this year.
I don't think so.
I mean, they were third in the West when he got hurt. So, I mean, unless he was going to get hurt again. But that's here's what I think. I think some people are going to falsely claim, well, you guys said Steph and Kevin Durant couldn't win it when they teamed up together. Why is it in with LeBron and Anthony Davis? There's 2 differences. One is Steph and Kevin Durant had both been league MVPs already when they teamed up together, and the Warriors had won a title. AD's never won league MVP, and LeBron hasn't won one amazingly in 6 years.
He should have won it 2-3 years. AD should have won it 2 or 3 years. All right.
You got to win 50 games.
Look at his numbers. Look at his numbers.
But the other element of it is, one of the reasons Steph and KD never won it is, aside from the first year together, those teams underachieved in the regular season. They weren't the #1 seed in the NBA. They had this unbelievable roster, and they underachieved in the regular season. It's a regular season award. We're not talking about this for LeBron if the Lakers are on pace to win 52. They're on pace to win 66. 66 wins means you have maximized your potential, so that's part of it as well.
Boogie don't go down that year in New Orleans. AD.
Okay, sure.
He got a great chance to win MVP.
All right, we are going to have much more on this MVP conversation coming up this morning. But it was a busy weekend, not so busy that we couldn't compile
Future champions.
our best stuff list. Here we go, starting with the best connection this weekend. It is Zion and Lonzo Ball. Lonzo to Zion.
How much of this is Lonzo? How much Zion, Stack?
It's both. I mean, because with Zoe, all you gotta do is get it by the rim. Just throw it somewhere by there. But you gotta have the confidence to throw that pass, and a lot of guys don't.
Zoe to Zai.
There you go.
ZZ. ZZ up top.
All right, best windmill of the weekend, just Zai. On, taking it home with these honors all by himself.
Did you like that? ZZ up top?
I feel like I don't like windmill dunks anymore.
Oh my God!
Wow.
That's where I legit
Coming
thought
from
you
somebody
just had
who's
a
never
problem.
windmilled in his life.
Who told you that?
I know you haven't windmilled.
Logic?
Not on a 10 mil. Not on a 10
My
foot.
eyes.
Yeah.
Not on a 10 foot.
That's true.
He added a little.
Maybe on a 9 foot. I've never windmilled, so I know you.
Oh no!
Poster of the weekend, Jake Lehman all over Derek Favors.
All right, listen. I respect Derek Favors for attempting to contest. The problem is Derek Favors. I do believe Kevin Wildes can jump higher than Derek Favors. Well, I don't think you can windmill dunk.
Definitely.
Derek Favors can't jump over a phone book. Kids, a phone book is a thing we used to have. They don't
Phone
exist
numbers.
anymore.
Piece of paper.
Yeah, it's a big old book. It's like an encyclopedia. They don't know what that is either.
Yeah.
I'm so old now.
Yellow pages.
Yeah, they don't, that means nothing.
Best almost fight of the weekend goes to Alex Lynn and
Come on,
CJ
Stat,
McCollum.
you gotta like this, man. This is as close as we get to scuffling in the NBA these days, man.
Where's the big guy? Where's his backup? The big guy supposed to come in and clean big fella up right there. As soon as he push him and he push him back, you come in and clean him up. He's not even watching.
There's Whiteside.
Wow,
He got in there
wow.
eventually. He was staring up at the
What is
scoreboard
happening
to see what his
with the
numbers were.
Blazers?
So he's late.
What's happening with them?
They need the big fella.
Nurkic?
That's what they
He's
missing.
supposed to come back?
That's what they missing.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be as bad as they are. Even
No, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. Dame's
your
been,
guy,
Dame's
though,
been
Wise.
hurt. Dame-
Oh, now we're talking. You want a real fight?
Oh.
Boom! Nordic Nightmare from Sweden, fighting out of Finland.
Oh.
Yeah, listen.
Go Wildes, finish it up.
I have a lot of takes. Here's what happened. We don't have it now, but he got knocked down, and they called it a slip. Then they started fighting again, and Nordic Nightmare was like, great, you won't take the standing 8? Blammo! Nordic Nightmare, well, he's not a new champion. In my book, he's a champion. He's always been a champion.
He's in great
not a new
shape, but the
champion.
guy he's fighting,
Watch this little move. He goes like this.
Yeah.
It's not a great...
You're thinking the same thing I'm thinking.
the guy he's fighting, come on, look at that
No,
stomach.
he's supposed to have like a chin